I had to eat beastly flesh on a mysterious planet to repay my father's debt. Now, I am an immortal living among deadly creatures. But it wasn't always like this.
After his father's disappearance, he had to be the man of the house. Cene mopped floors and polished wealthy boots to keep a roof over their heads. But that didn't last long. He had to pay $4 million before his scheming uncle pushed them onto the streets.
You know that you and your kids have been living in a house that is only 1/3 yours. The rest belongs to us.
Cene's uncle, a wealthy man, doesn't need that kind of money. He's doing this to torment Cene's mother. They call her a witch who swallowed his brother and humiliated them at every opportunity.
We have been generous enough to allow you and your kids to stay in this house, even though it's not yours.
Cene heard his mother being humiliated from afar, cursing himself for not being able to help her. Cene's only solution to make that kind of money was to teleport to a different planet. God's sanctuary, a devil's land where laws don't exist. But the frail boy was like a stray, dominated by the wolves.
What's your problem? You some kind of freak?
Freak.
No one is to help this freak. He hunts alone. Do you understand me?
Cene ignored the humiliation as he didn't want to be distracted from his goals. God's sanctuary worked in mysterious ways. The way to earn money was by hunting sacred beasts. Their flesh alone could make millions. Cene, the weakest of them all, had his eyes on the prize. But to hunt the deadliest beast, he prepared himself to evolve.
You don't even know what creature you killed. Panther, tiger, who cares? You're just jealous of my beast soul. A beast soul sword. Come on. Let me take this back to the steel under shelter. Fine. But I'm not jealous. It's not even sacred blood. No one even knows when the last sacred blood beast soul was found. Hunters have been looking for it their entire lives.
If Cene could find a sacred blood beast soul, he could take on those coppertooths and get the money he needed for his family.
All right. Guess I better get something for my troubles. All right. Let's see if you're worth something.
Ordinary beetle killed. No beast soul gained.
Yeah, ordinary beast soul. Time to level up.
1 ordinary geno point gained.
With each bite, Cene gained more geno points. The more geno points he gets, the more powerful he becomes.
Feel it. So slow. At this rate, I'll never reach my first evolution. Huh?
Cene hunted mindlessly, unaware of the creatures he chased. Yet by chance, he chose the right one, transforming his entire life.
Easy. Gotcha, little guy.
Sacred blood beetle killed. Sacred blood beast soul gained.
Sacred blood beast soul? There's no way I'm awake right now. I gotta be dreaming, right? What? Or did I just get lucky enough to stumble upon a sacred blood beast soul? Probably tastes like what the wealthy eat back home on Roca.
Flesh of sacred blood beetle eaten. 1 sacred geno point gained.
Sacred geno point? I like the sound of that.
Cene could feel the geno points making him stronger, faster. He couldn't get enough. He wanted to make sure he didn't waste any of it. He needed the sacred blood geno points to evolve. But then, Cene found something he wasn't expecting.
Is that what I think it is?
It's a one-of-a-kind magical crystal that every citizen in God's sanctuary is desperately hunting. But Cene didn't know he held the greatest power yet.
More copper tooths.
What are you doing? Are you following us?
No, I was just hunting for beetles.
Come out of the shadows.
Sarah Aaron suspected Cene might have come across the crystal before her and tried to get answers by intimidating him. He figured that it must be worth something if so many people were after this crystal. What he didn't know was that this magical crystal held powers that could turn him into the strongest living being in God's sanctuary. Cene remained silent, but knew he would be in big trouble for hiding the most powerful crystal. And one day, someone might figure it out and kill him.
Miss Aaron, we're ready to move.
Coming!
I'll kill you next time. There's a sacred blood beast nearby and the hunt is on.
Sarah Aaron was leader of the Bullseyes. With legendary fighting skills, she was close to evolving into the second level of God's sanctuary. All she had to do was find the crystal.
See you around.
Cene was terrified for his life, but he knew the crystal could solve his money problems.
How does something like this end up in a bug?
Hey, looks like Frank's back from hunting. Wonder what sort of creature he tried skewering this time.
It's a shame that we let someone like him in. Freak.
He brought the crystal home, hoping to discover its value. Even though Cene didn't know the power the crystal held, he was reminded of the time his father wished to travel to God's sanctuary to find a crystal that grants immortality. The stone mysteriously went missing, and ages have passed, but no one could find it. Cene wanted to believe it was the same crystal, but he didn't believe he could be that lucky to stumble upon it. Then he thought to himself, if the beetle had the crystal in it and was transformed into a sacred blood beast, then so could the lizard.
Okay, good, you waited. Nothing? Great. What am I supposed to do with you? I'll deal with it later.
As he waited, he consumed the remaining bit of the sacred beetle, hoping to gain more Geno points.
Cene, status report.
Cene, not evolved. Status, none. Estimated lifespan, 200 years. Evolution status, 100 Geno points required. Geno points, 86.
Cene wasn't amused with his status, but one detail caught his attention.
Sacred blood golden beetle. Type, armor.
Armor? I wonder what it looks like.
Every sacred blood beast soul gives something different. Some give weapons, but this one gave something else. Cene felt a radiant energy surrounding him, and so began his transformation.
Never seen something so gorgeous. It's far more superior than the primitive beast armor I used to be jealous of. And it weighs nothing. I can't even feel it. Interesting. You evolved to the next tier.
The crystal had evolved the lizard.
Oh, no you don't. Not with my crystal.
Making Cene realize the great power he held over the rest of the citizens of God's sanctuary.
Didn't even hurt.
Primitive green scale lizard killed. No beast soul gained.
Cene had finally hit the jackpot and was all set to return to his planet to save his home. But as he reached the teleportation zone, another trouble awaited him. Cene was attacked by a criminal who threatened to kill him if he didn't hand over the crystal. Cene lost all hope of saving his home. And just then, he heard a familiar voice.
Hand him the crystal if you want to live.
Dad? He could hardly believe his eyes. His own father was betraying him. Cene somehow managed to break free from the criminal's grip, only to be chased by the copper-toothed panther on his father's orders. Will Cene find a way to escape his father's betrayal? Or will he lose his life and his home?
Listen to Super Gene on Pocket FM